Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse and Active Citizens. I'm your host, Sharon N.M. Chuku. Doing this with me in the studio, I have my co-host, Miss Ifoma Oji. Good morning, and how are you doing?
Good morning, Sharon. I'm doing great.
How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning, everybody. And also joining us live in the studio, we have Mr. Daniel Sacramento, our analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
We love the outfit. Giving Peaky Blinders, an episode of Peaky Blinders. Anyways, we're diving straight to the stories we have for today. A very big proclamation coming from Mr. Peter Obi, who has come out to say something about the federal government. I would like us to hear from the horse's mouth. We'll take a look at that video when we come back. I will give us the full list of stories we'll be treated for this morning. Let's have a look.
INEC will not take a decision. We went to court, got judgment in April. I personally, with other leaders of the went to deliver that judgment to INEC. Everybody saw it. April 2025. That's when we got the judgment. From April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. They said as long as I'm there, if you don't know today, the federal government of Nigeria does not want me, Peter Obi, to be a candidate of any party, but I'll be candidate.
To be the federal government of Nigeria does not want me to be a candidate for any party, but I will be a candidate. That is coming from 2023 presidential candidate and former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi. And this particular statement and that very video has been going viral as people are sharing their different takes on it. But still on the stories we're treating, we're going to be taking a look at another video. This one is coming from the special advisors to the governors in Nigeria, coming out to say they're promising a whooping 13 million votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of the 2027 elections. And right after that, we're seeing that three airplanes have landed in Nigerians. 3 military jets, to be specific, have landed in Nigeria carrying U.S. military and weapons in Borno State, Maiduguri. We'll take a look at these stories, but would like us to start first with Mr. Peter Obi's viral video. He has come out to say, what we just heard about the federal government. And I would like to start with you today, Mr. Daniel Sacramento. This very comment of his, what is your take on that?
Well, it's not a new thing in Nigeria when they're playing their dirty politics. Well, Peter Obi says that the federal government does not want him to be a candidate of any political party. Well, that's a political statement because the last time we checked, he was a member of Labour Party. He has been a candidate in the PDP. He has been a candidate in Labour Party. And by the special grace of God, which everybody is looking out for, he might be the candidate of ADC. So
he's not right now.
Yes, he has not gotten the ticket.
He has not gotten.
Yeah, but he is a member now.
No, that's what we're saying. He said he is that they do not want him to be, but we're trying to set a record straight that he has been the presidential candidate of two different political parties. He has. So what I want to say is maybe people might not really. There will be a lot of misunderstanding, but the truth about it is that I want Peter Obi to move out from all those kind of comments, and let's have a strategic way of him clinching the ticket of the ADC. Because all these words of talking about the federal government without a proper strategy to move forward, and also you are only giving them a footage to truncate whatsoever you're planning. To me, this language, these things are not called for. What is needed now is strategical moves, which your other opponents are moving. This talk, and they're trying to tell people these things. It doesn't win elections. That's me. It doesn't count. We don't need all these talks. You don't need to tell your enemies the kind of the leg that you're trying to bring out. It's not worth it. What we need now is what the strategical meetings that he should be, we want to hear that, you know, you meeting all this, we're having a strategical kind of things here and there. Take, for instance, look at the Oga Boys thing that has been formed. I'm sorry, the City Boys. So how do we counter this? How do you move on to counter this? No, this one is just Village Boy is on this paper and social media. We've not seen anything coming off. You know, so I don't want all this trying to let people come. Nigeria has been the way they want to be. So we need to move. He needs to leave those old styles of politics. Let's be rugged in this time around. If he wants to clinch the ticket, so that he become, you know, able to help him fulfill the will and the mandate of the people. Those are the strategical meetings that we need to hear and we need to see.
All right. Now, that is your take, Mr.
Yes,
Sacramento, saying that Mr. P2B needs to desist from such public statement and be more rugged with his politics and the way he plays his politics. And I'm going to ask you the same question first before we go and compare and contrast the City Boys movement, and that is the strategy of the president, and that of Mr. P2B. But first, your take, Ifoma.
Okay, I think to an extent I'll support Mr. Sacramento on his perspective, but at the same time I feel like we are battling with government that is should I say much stronger than some people, and which is this present administration. So if any opposition party or opposition candidate have a way to, even if it is good to garner sentiment from crowd, we are open for that. I mean, it is an opposition party and they are meant to fight the present administration, which I see to an extent that Mr. P2B is doing. But let's move away from all this political talks, or there's always trying to, you know, be on the spotlight and the rest. Why don't we work on the ground, form stronger alliances, just like what Mr. Sacramento said? It's true that the federal government is already against anybody that has intention of, you know, forging Nigeria forward. It's clear that they have that distinct. But for you to show that you are that leader that Nigerians look up to. We had history in the times of Nelson Mandela when he was fought, but he had that resilience and consistent spirit in him that didn't deter him. So yes, a lot of stones are going to be thrown at you, a lot of things will come your way, but what matters is how are you resisting them? How are you putting your best foot forward to ensure that you work in the interest of Nigerians? That is what should matter at this point in time. So forget every other, you know, political jobbers that are throwing stones at you, but fight for the good cause, which is good governance. That's all.
All right. Now, fighting for good governance would demand playing the politics first for you to get that seat at the table. But let's compare the different strategies that we have seen in the public. We're seeing the City Boys movement, and that is really spearheaded by Tinubu, that is the son of the president, going ahead to influencers and influential people and celebrities. We have the likes of Ubi Kubana, we have the likes of Kubana Chief Priest and E-Money, just big names that we know coming together to form the City Boys movement. And what this is all about is to give Asiwaju the seat in 2027. That particular strategy has come under a lot of fire. People saying that he should have gone ahead to use his achievements to campaign for his re-election. But we want to compare that quickly with Mr. P2B's strategy. When we were talking earlier, you both mentioned the fact that you want Mr. P2B to have more strategic alliances, which you both say you have not seen in the public. So in comparison, now let's talk about that City Boys movement for a bit, Mr. Kanu.
Okay, the truth about this is, when you are fighting with somebody, you don't fight clean. You fight dirty, so that at the end, you might still have your life so that when they are judging, they will not judge properly. But when you are fighting, and you know this is a fight, and you are there saying, touch me now, and the other person is bringing up blows, and you are still doing touch me or cross this line. Meanwhile, you are 7 down, you've received 7 blows, and you're still saying cross this line, and the person is crossing to give you more blows. So you find out that you are the losing side. So the truth about it is this. there are some strategical things I think P2B would have done long ago before the opponent, the ruling power seized it and cashed into it. You know, this is politics. Politics, everybody has his own right to choose any political party he or she desires to be in, because he has one thing or the other, maybe the person is gaining, or maybe the person has seen that he or she wants to gain. And when you look at the City Boys movement, I tried to think Oga Boy, City Boys movement, you find that what Chidi has succeeded in doing is coming into Southeast to garner the vote of those business moguls whom can, you know, without any support can bring out their resources and their personality to stop anything that will work against the re-election of the president. Yet, you know, now the truth about this is that these are the things I felt our own brother would have done. You know, consolidate first. Charity begins at home. You must consolidate. You must be sure that the 5 southeastern states are with you. Yes, the people are the ones that vote. We know. In advanced country, we know.
In advanced country.
It's in advanced country that the people is the will of the people that works.
Exactly.
Let's not close our eyes. Let's not close our eyes to the. See, there is no way. A man of God told me, I want to use as an adage. He said, marriage is carnal all round. Do you understand? So let's just leave. Holy Spirit says this. Yes, Holy Spirit will always say, but you must put in your own personal effort.
Yeah.
Do you? Because God said, I've given you the power of choice. Exactly. You must put in your own personal. So I was thinking that our own brother would have moved faster to consolidate his people, to bring the last election 2023. President Bola Tinubu came to Owerri. He gathered all the business mogul. He gave them that respect. He came to sell his manifesto to them. Then in Imo State, they were all there. Our own brother didn't follow that path. So this is that disconnect. Now he has came to consolidate these boys that have their business. And of a truth, who are you going to pitch your tent with? If your business is in the hands of the federal government, the life support machine is there. So they will use every form of strategy to make sure they hold you down, so that you will give them that support. Because if you fail to do that, and something happens, you know that your businesses will begin to have issues. No. That's what I'm telling you.
True.
Let me tell you, it is not the right thing. That is the truth. But this is what we see in politics in everywhere. Now, what you do, like I keep saying, politics in Nigeria is dirty. The people playing politics in Nigeria is dirty people. You can't wear suit and put on tie and be playing Nigerian politics and be carrying and be speaking grammar. Nobody will listen to you, because the politicians have succeeded to turn politics into stomach adjustment program. Exactly. Now, when you are asking anybody to come for a strategic meeting, the person is already has on his mind they are going there to share money. Since our vote does not count, so let me take money. Exactly. But these are the what these politicians have turned everybody to be. So we want a man who has a vision. Because if you say you're coming to change the whole of Nigeria, I will tell you it's a lie. You only come and change the one that time allows you to do. Do you understand? That's what you will do. Time will only allow you to do the one you are able, the several things that you think you'll be able to do.
All right.
Then when you out of so the issue is this: we need we need our brother to be more strategic, more.
I mentioned in one of our shows that a lot of people in the southeast who supported P2B in 2023 for his run, most of them are already jaded. Most of them have run out of patience with the way he's going about this politics thing, and he still comes back to this whole city boys movement of it thing. Now, if P2B has strategized earlier to garner these people, because you cannot talk about the southeast, you cannot talk about the Igbos without talking about Obi Kubana, without talking about, a lot of, key notable holders in the southeast. Now, the City Boys movement, Tinubu has already, galvanized him in his side. So who exactly now are you going to, gather or bring close to you that will support you? Now, yes, he has the people, but what is he doing with the people that he has? That is equally the problem.
Yes.
Though I saw an interview where El-Rufai was talking about how they are mobilizing grassroots, how they are registering people and all whatnot, that APC will not see what will hit them, that what they have coming for them is much stronger than they are expecting, which somehow he said that they wouldn't want to push it out there for, Nigerians or the media to grab and use as an agenda setting. But that aside, Nigerians still need something to, see. They need to see something. Seeing is believing. Before you eat food, you need to see how that food looks before you're interested or enticed into eating that food. So Nigerians need to be given something to hold on to. You cannot keep on coming to the public space campaigning for presidency whereby Nigerians are not seeing the works you're putting into, clenching that ticket or clenching that seat. So we need you as a leader and that person, an icon that Nigerians are looking up to strategize with a lot of people. Maybe you're doing that with the North, but what about the East? The Southeast that supported you in 2023, are you letting go of their hands, or are they letting go of your hands? So these are the things that he needs to put in place. I don't know who is advising him, but maybe he needs to get a more, should I say, candid advisors that could actually tell him the truth, because this city boy movement of a thing is really shaking the Southeast. I must tell you the truth.
All right, talking about campaigning and canvassing for votes, we're going to take a look at the second story, which is coming from the Forum of Special Advisors coming out to promise 13 million votes to the president ahead of 2027. Now, this is not the first forum or first group that will be promising huge numbers and big numbers for 2027. We have the Edo State Governor of Webulu, who's come out to promise over 3 million votes to the president, and other people as well promising different numbers. But we'll take a look at this video and then we'll come and have a full conversation. Let's have a look.
This time around, the strategy is on ground. The people are aware of the governor's, the president's policies, and we have charged our people, we've charged our grassroots mobilizers to make sure that they preach the gospel of Mr. President, take it to the grassroots, and make sure that we deliver Mr. President come 2027. It is very, very sure and germane that we are going to give Mr. President a very resounding vote. And across the state, every stakeholder here in the forum has been charged to go back to their states and galvanize the grassroots for Mr. President. So we are sure and we are confident that we are going to produce 13 million votes for Mr. President come 2027.
Video, and I'd like to start with you, Ifoma, on this story. We've seen this video and the numbers of views that they have promised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but one of the critics this has gotten and all of the support he has gotten is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using influencers, he's using celebrities and public figures to campaign ahead of 2027, and people have come out to say that he is not using what he has been able to achieve in 4 years. When you compare that to the Abia State Governor Alex Oti, with the way and manner in which his campaign is running, people asking and begging that he returns to rule them for another 4 years. But let me get your take on what people are saying and the 13 million views your promises.
Mobilizing 13 million people for the president, I think I think maybe this person is living in a dream world, because first of all, how many people are in your community, how many people are in your state that you say you're supporting or you're mobilizing 30 million people. That is number one. And then number two, we've seen likes of the Edo state governor come out to promise the president, that should be last year, 2.5 million votes, which he said he has increased it now from 2 to 4 I be 3 point something million. And a lot of people, that should be Kanu youths donating 100,000 naira, and the other time I saw, was it Kaduna or Kwara youths donating 200,000 naira for the president run in 2027. And I'm saying all these things, I feel like it's just political optics. It's just to garner a lot of reactions, elicit reactions in the public, because all these things is just for the optics. That's the way I see it, because you don't even need people to mobilize voters for you. You don't even need people to come and say, I want to give you 2 point something million votes. It's your work that would speak for you, just like what you said. The governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, nobody will say now that they are mobilizing people for him, because people are already mobilized. People have seen his work, and his work is talking, will speak for him in his next run. So why is it that the present administration is now focusing on governance? I told you in one of our shows that the moment this present administration got into power, that is when they started campaigning for second tenure, and which is not supposed to be so. It is your works that should speak for you. So all this whole thing about I'm going to give the president 13 million votes, give the president 13 million votes on your own imagination. All right, because Nigerians are saying otherwise.
I want to ask a question just based off of what you're saying, because I hear Mr. Daniel Sacramento, but what both of you have said is strategy. You don't think this is a strategy that the president is using, the City Boys movement, people coming out to promise millions and millions of votes? You don't
it is a strategy, but it's not a wise strategy. I mean, try something else. Nigerians are already tired with how many years that they've ruled us. They've crippled the economy to the ground. So what exactly have you achieved in 4 years? Should I talk about electricity? Do you have constant electricity? Should I talk about inflation? Do we have constant naira? Naira is being devalued. So what exactly are we going to hold on to say, okay, this is what the present administration have done, that will say, oh, mobilize people, or when you are mobilizing people, we are sure that people are going to turn up. And there was something I said, or that we've been seeing in the political space, where almost all the governors in other states have already defected to APC. But the thing there is that the people are not moving with them. You still see people, rally around protests. Yes, you still see people rally around protests. Numbers and numbers of people coming out to protest against this present administration. So you might have the governors of the state, you might have people promise you 13 million votes, but do you have the people? Those 13 million people, do you have them?
All right, so Mr. Daniel, I'd love for you to answer, but maybe if time permits, what do you now think is more important? Do you think it is the alliances with key notable political players, or do you think it is alliances with the people? Still talking on, this millions of votes that they're promising the president.
Somebody says he's going to give 13 million votes. They have a strategy to achieve it.
You think it's achievable?
Yes, it is. It is achievable. It is achievable, and that is what it calls for other political parties to say, how are they going to achieve this? You look at your strategy, you bring it to the table, you get the right set of people that you could work with, because as it stands now, it is all about mobilization.
Mobilization.
Yes, it is all about mobilization. So not that they call you youth mobilizer and contact and whatever, and you're just carrying big portfolio, roaming around the street without anything. You need to go down to canvas for people. You need to bring out strategical things. Like Ifeoma rightfully said, yes, the president needs to bring out activities, because that's what you're going to see. He's going to bring out activities that people would see, buy into. You've seen the renewed hope. Now, we're talking about the city boys. We've not even talked about the renewed hope.
Hopelessness.
No. The renewed hope, people, they have started their work. They have the national coordinators. They have the coordinators and all the 36 federation. So they've started work.
Okay, so Mr. Dana, you think that all of this is a good strategy on your end?
It is a strategy for a political party to win an election. So that is why other political parties should do it, most especially, I don't really know what ADC is doing. Up till now, they've not had a convention.
Yeah, they said they are planning.
So you understand? And the time they're taking to plan their convention, APC is strategizing. You see the difference. So that's where we have the issue.
APC
and now I have somebody,
but not for the people.
I don't know. It is all of them is that they are even if they are strategizing for themselves. They are using it to go and to come up for an election. We're talking about election. It's not how they plan it. The most important thing is how you achieve the goal. That is what is much important. The whole thing is not what is important. The important is how to clinch the ticket. And remember, there is nothing like I came second in a presidential election.
Yeah.
That is the truth. So that's why I say, when you are fighting, you don't do fanfare when you are fighting. You have to fight all dirty. Yes, Dirty has come out. Dirty has come out to say this fight is not a fight of gentleman. You have to go to the extreme. The system in Nigeria is rot. So we must come in roughly and change the system. You can't change the system from outside.
But Mr. Dana, you don't think that this present administration limits other parties from playing fair and square?
So what are other parties doing?
Do you think
there are registered parties that have not been limited?
But they are limiting.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I would say
there are some parties that are well registered. So let them put their house in order. Now you talked about alliance. Alliance is very, very important. And I think maybe that is what ADC is doing on the ground, to form a very formidable alliance. It is good. But it's always good as well to consolidate wherever your state is. Make sure you have those one. You now count one before you count two. So you understand. So that you'll be able to gather at the end. You'll be able to say, okay, if these people are getting 13 million, me, I'm getting 12.8 million. We are now struggling for 200.
Exactly.
You understand? That is how to strategize.
Okay, so I have a very pressing question that I want to ask based off of what we're saying. We're really just throwing ideas around, right? Now, talking about strategies, let's look back to 2023. Did you see Mr. P2B doing all of this? You know, the alliances, the meeting with prominent political figures, that he was able to gather the type of votes that he gathered?
I would say to an extent, but what happened in 2023 is not like maybe he did all these things, but it was because people were already jaded with the status quo. And that is why people were ready to bring out money from their private purse to support him. So then we had lights of even Cubana chief priest was supporting P2B then. So people were really, really ready to mobilize not just their funds, but even people for P2B. But now, I can't say the same anymore because he's not living up to the expectation. That is still that same strategy that we are looking forward to him working on right now. Now, let me say something about this whole strategy of a thing and this whole, ensuring that you have ground in your state. Now, when you talk about El Rufai now, you know that he has a certain ground in Kaduna State, and not just Kaduna State. El Rufai, he has been in the seat of power for almost 60 years, and in 2023 he played a major role in assisting President Tinubu gain that particular position. I heard him talking about that in one of his interviews in Arise News, where he was saying that he ensured that the party APC won in almost all the polling units in his state. Now, because of the fact that the present administration have seen that he is really somebody that could work tirelessly to ensure that he wins whichever state that he is in. That is why they are witch hunting him. So talking about limiting parties, because you mentioned something about it, this present administration is limiting all the opposition parties as much as they can. Let's talk about Chris Ngige. You saw what happened with Chris Ngige. Let's talk about other parties. But when we talk about people like Yahaya Bello is working freely. But you saw how they wanted to arrest El Rufai when he was coming back from the country. So a lot and a lot. They've opened a lot of people's cases, but if they are not if they are in APC, you won't see them opening their cases. It will die down the drain. Though some people still have cases with EFCC or ICPC up till now, but how many times have we heard them being convicted? How many times have we heard them being arrested? But take a look at Malami. Malami is in custody right now because he's not in what's it called, APC. So they are always witch hunting them.
Okay. Let me correct an impression. If you know, I don't like talking about El-Rufai because he's part of the problem of this country today.
Which we know.
Yes, he's part. So whether they arrest him or not, shouldn't be our thing. The truth about it is that he's an APC member. They were part of the people that formed the insecurity we are suffering today in this country. So I don't want to go there because they messed our democracy up. He was part of it. They were the people who made sure they wanted to bring Jonathan down. So whatsoever that he's passing through or is about to pass through, now, remember he has a case to answer in. Immediately he left governance. He has a case in EFCC and ICPC. So let him go and clear his name there.
What I'm saying is strategy. I'm not
yes, I understand what you're saying. And I get you right. So like the people like that are not people we should be using to cite examples because we know what they did. Malami as well. You know, that's tell people that when you are in power, always get ready because anything could happen. You know that once power slips off your hand, you are no longer, those aides that normally come to say, oh, God, good morning, sir. Many of them, we no longer see them. So that is it. So now, what we're trying to say in essence is this. Everybody should go to the drawing board, fix yourself, bring out your strategy, work with it.
All right, sorry.
Ifeoma said something.
You were asking a question on strategy. That's why I wanted to ask you something, right? Just to because it's about strategy. Mr. P2B, right, in 2023, I was asking Ifeoma, did we really see him apply most of the suggestions that we're seeing in terms of alliances, collaboration with other people? And if not, how come he was still able to gather as much?
Now, let me tell you what happened in 2023. The people, the will of the people, the people came on board. It wasn't about his strategy. The people said enough is enough. Because if with the people and there was a strategy, maybe Peter B would have been the president today. But because it was just the people, there was no strategy.
Oh, so even in 2023,
no, there was no strategy. It was just the will of the people because the presentation of Atiku, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and P2B, people wanted to choose out of the three. These two are old. This person is young. Let's do a young.
No, it wasn't really about young.
I'm coming. Let's deal with a young, vibrant man. People wanted him.
It was not because of his age.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to. You asked me a question. He has his qualification.
Okay.
That
just
is
wanted
good.
to get that.
No. He definitely. I mustn't go around. I don't have the whole time. I'm just trying to let you know. Among the three, people chose him because of what they have seen in him. Do you understand? Now, that was exactly what happened. Now, if there was strategic alliance, it would have been a walkover.
Exactly.
But there was no strategic alliance. Do you understand? So even the will of the people, those that now had that strategic alliance, were able, because they now use power of incumbency to thwart the will of the people.
The people, exactly.
And this has been the bane in African politics, the things we have been seeing. Do you understand? So that strategical alliance is always necessary in everything that you are doing. If you could even see the political changeover that is coming up in Anambra State, where they are trying to do election for the local government election, councillorship and all that, there was a lot of political strategy alliance. People had to go to people had to go to the stakeholders in their community, you know, to say there is this should be rotational. This person, you know, that this person should not come back because their people have gone. So you people need to strategize with us. You understand? So people brings up one idea or the other to, form a massive strategy before they come off to meet the governor to see who will become the flag bearer of the party. So these are the things that are required in every political
Mr. Daniel,
election whenever it's coming up.
Okay, so a quick question for both you and Ifoma. Unfortunately, because of time, we might not have to take the last story. Maybe we'll take that later in the evening. But just a quick story, a quick question, right? If we're talking alliances, there is something that we've said before, and it's about ADC and how they wanted to be the opposition party against the ruling party, and they wanted to bring that alliance with different political heavyweight, right? But one thing we kept saying was this is just rotation, that it seems to be the same group of people who left the APC, who left the PDP, who want to come under the umbrella of the ADC.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that the reluctance on Mr. Peter Obi's part to align with said political heavyweight is as a result of them still being the same people who put us in the position where we are?
This is quite tricky. Where do I start in answering this? See, in as much as we want a new wine in a new bottle kind of leadership or government, and that is not possible right now, we can make do with what we have at hand, and which is the, what's it called?
The alliances.
The alliance that we're having now, the coalition that we have now. So yes, we know that these are the same people that brought up the entire, chaos in the government, trapping our democracy inside a bottle. And but the thing there is that I think we are just being given option, and we're just going to choose from the lesser evil now. And the lesser evil I'm seeing now, I'm not even seeing Atiku as a lesser evil. I'm not even seeing El Rufai or the rest as the lesser evil. I'm seeing Peter Obi now as a lesser evil. For me, it's not really why he doesn't want to form alliances, because if you want to play politics, which politics I know is a game, you have to form alliance with even the criminals, you understand? So it's not, for me, it doesn't really hold water to an extent, but he really needs to do more, like we've been saying all this while. He needs to form stronger alliances. The alliances he has now, the coalition, is not enough for this present administration's ousting. So he needs to do more than what we are seeing now.
All right. And then the same question, Mr. Daniel Sacramento. Do you think that the reason Mr. Peter Obi is not forming these alliances is because they're the same group of people who put us in the position?
He was part of them as well.
Okay, he put us in this position.
No, he was part of them because he was in the former PDP, the new PDP, and all of them, and now he went to Labour. Labour has issue.
But what can one person do?
All of them. Let me tell you.
You're saying that they are all part of the same.
What can one person do?
All of them are part of it. Like if he says bigger evil and small one, they are all part of the issue. Now the truth about it is that you are dining with criminals. Most of it doesn't really mean you're a criminal, but you have to be there. Christ came. He was sitting with majority of sinners. He didn't come for the righteous. He came for the sinners. So now the truth about it is that I'm always saying, and what I will keep saying is, Peter should form great alliance, be strategic in the politics that we're trying to do. Now I have heard somebody in the pages of newspapers say Peter was in a haste to leave Labour Party. I don't know where the person was coming up from. Now I think
Abure, if he gave us more.
Abure is no longer in power, so it would have been a very clear stance for Peter, since Nemadi Usman is there. So, but let's see how everything pans out to be. So, but the truth about it is that he needs more strategical movement. Go to the people that needs to go, lie down to the people that needs to, let people see your manifesto. Let people see what you want to do. Let people perceive it one-on-one. You understand? And remember, another say, when you want to catch a monkey, you must behave like one.
Exactly.
You don't want to catch a monkey and you're behaving like a lion. Then the monkey will run away. So you ought to behave like a monkey. for you to be able to get a monkey.
All right. Well said, Mr. Daniel Sacramento. It is all in a bit to see what happens in 2027 and even before 2027, who exactly is going to clinch that seat. And also coming from that viral statement from the presidential candidate on the Labour Party in 2023, Mr. Peter B, saying that the federal government does not want him to be a candidate in any party. But like he said, he will become a candidate. And we're discussing the millions and millions of votes promised to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by different various groups here and there, and how they plan or how they hope to achieve such huge numbers. I guess it's all going to be a movie before 2027, and we can only sit back, watch, do the best that we can, and see what pans out. Thank you so much for watching Morning Pulse. Thank you for doing this with us. Thank you to my guest, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, my co-host, Ifoma Oji, and of course you, our #1 viewer, for always watching and sticking with us. If you're yet to subscribe, this will be the best time to do that, so you are aware whenever we go live, and do well to follow us across all social media active citizens. Till we see you later today, do have a good morning.